Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to GameStar TV. You're here because you are wanting to see some Paladins action, and it is the Kanga 1v1 Cup here, and we're eking ever so closer to the pointy end of the tournament. The semi-finals are just around the bend. We just saw DaddyDLS go up against James, and coming out with a win convincingly in the end there. James got the 1 or 2 rounds on him, but Daddy was composed enough, births his spot, and now the other round to be watching is Godshrek versus SpinmyDingle, sir. And there's a little bit of speculation as about to who that might be in the chat. I'll let you cast your eyes over and have a look and see who you think it might be. Is it confirmed? Is it unconfirmed? Hades won't tell us.
I will actually leak it. I don't know if he wants me to say this or not, but it's New T.
It's a scoop.
Forever Second, so RIP, his ult can now no longer be used secretly. Everyone now knows.
There we go. Chat has just confirmed it as well. So New T versus Godshrek. Like you said, two very, very well-known players. We saw Godshrek just struggle a little bit, but coming out with the victory. It was a close one there against Bullet, but Hades, you know these guys. They're your opponents as much as they are your mates. Who do you think is going to come out with the win?
Oh, this is another hard one, because New T's their support player and Godshrek is their tank player, I believe. Maybe if he's moved to flex. They're both on the same team, so they'll have a massive grudge and ego about this game, whoever wins this. And if New T wins, he might need to be swapped places and moved to DPS. Who knows?
Chad is just saying, can we get a Maldumba 1v1 tournament so Zambi has a chance? I like that one. Very, very good. Zambi, look, he does play a fantastic Maldumba, but I want to see how old Zambi's going over in the brackets at the moment. I can't seem to locate him. Zambi, where are you, Zambi? We'll get back to that one. I saw his name on there. Did see his name on there, but we'll get back to that one. Maybe he didn't check in the right amount of time.
I think he actually got knocked out back in the losers bracket.
Oh, he did.
Round.
He lost his first round. Yeah, lost his first round to Bullet, and then won his next round in the losers bracket, but then lost to Freystar, who is actually still in the tournament, coming up against Tumescence now in the losers bracket. But that's enough about the losers bracket. We're still in the upper bracket. The winner of this game, ladies and gents, going through to face DaddyDLS in the semi-final, and that one will be a best of 3 featuring Androxus, Maeve, and Cassie. So you think you're an Andro one trick? Nuh-uh. We're throwing a spanner into the works. It's going to be Maeve as well as the old crossbow wielding Cassie. Should we need to decide to a 1v1 trade? But here we go. The engage is on reversal, baited out early by Godshrek, and SpinmyDingle just waits it out to perfection and gets the early advantage.
I think he's been practicing here. I actually saw him practicing against the 1v1 champion Chronix, who's on Kanga and has been proven to win all of these 1v1 tournaments so far. So maybe that's given him the edge here.
Well, let's see. SpinmyDingle turns it around, big 180, and the melee coming in. Like you mentioned, there was once upon a time that Androxus didn't actually have the melee.
Yeah, that's really coming through clutch here if you can know how to use that correctly. He actually seems to be doing better than I know New T to do previously. Is this a trick? Am I getting trolled here? Did they tell me it's him, but really it's not him?
Secretly trialing for Kanga. It actually, I like how it's got New T on the side of the scoreboard there as well. So not pulling the wool over the producer's eyes, that's for sure. So Godshrek gets one back. So it's currently 1 round behind, but New T still holding firm.
Pops the reversal first. He gets taken down because of it. If you time that shot right after the reversal correctly, it's an easy kill no matter what. Because you know no damage is coming at you because you haven't shot the reversal, and you can get a clean shot off on that.
I think the chat's saying it's actually Chronix in disguise, so I don't know. Is there any truth to that statement? Have you secretly got a man on the inside here, hey?
It's better not be Chronix. Chronix, we're not giving you any more Cougar gear. Stop it.
So New T now gets a good frag there on the Godshrek again. We're really running circles, almost quite literally around Godshrek there. He went up, down, all around, and then, how you going, mate? Bang, punched him square in the noggin. 1-4 now, still in favour of Newty, aka SpinmyDingle, aka maybe Chronix, we don't know.
Trying to confirm that story now, but I don't think so, because Chronix is not on Discord, so it looks like Newty's just stepping up his game.
And, well, he's on the back foot now, because here comes Godshrek. Waiting for that regeneration to do its thing is SpinmyDingle, and wow, into the reversal, just buying the time as well, gets the regen. Now it's Godshrek, the hunter has become the hunted. Can he get away? Oh, just in the nick of time. Is he going to go for the peak? Oh, the reversal saves him just in the nick of time. SpinmyDingle, though, he is having absolutely none of it, tries to close the gap. Up into the air, now the accursed arm comes out from Godshrek. Buys his time as well. Again, Godshrek, the master of suspense. We know what he's like about dragging out around. Again, the reversal comes in. Oh! But Dingle holds firm. 5-1.
That's a really impressive start here. I'd be scared if I was Godshrek right now. Going down for 5 kills, and he's on a 3 streak as well. He must be feeling confident going into this next fight.
Cursed Arm still up for Dingle as well. None of that for Godshrek, though. He is at 18%. We just saw him utilise that one earlier on, and Newty, aka Spin, was able just to wait him out. And that was an ult down. That's not only an ult down, it's the utility that he doesn't have. So one less ability. On paper, it's an obvious disadvantage, isn't it? So 5-1 now on rounds, still in favour of Newty, but the regen doing its thing again. Godshrek, he's good at waiting him out.
Really be careful about the regens, because if you have the advantage, you need to push it, because they'll just regen up in 3 seconds.
5 minutes and 34 seconds now. Godshrek, taking a fair bit of damage into the reversal. Baited out there by Dingle. Now reversal of his own. Oh, whiffs it. Oh, coming in clutch. And Newty moves on to 6-1. And, well, hey, it's again, good to see players reading the rules. Just waiting back, not spawn camping. It's all that
something to pay attention to is Godshrek's got Haven 3, SpinmyDingle only Haven 1. He's been forgetting to buy items. Will this be the thing to turn the tides?
Well, who knows, but at the moment, no matter what items Godshrek buys, it just seems he can't, well, get the frags on the board, and the pole coming in between them there, but Godshrek gets one back, finally. Reversal. Probably could have closed it out there, but that pole was just in the way.
Oh, now he's bought his items. He's realised he's used to the classic Siege game mode where you can only buy items in spawn. Classic mistake for those who don't play the Team Deathmatch game mode, though.
So now Godshrek, he's got the ground advantage here, I would say. He's got Newty choked in because he did pick up the frag, so this is where the momentum can just shift a little bit, Hades. That seesaw just sort of slowly starts to tip in the favour there of Newty now, who goes down and underneath, trying to get a decent flank down here onto Godshrek, who reads him like an open book now into the reversal, trying to nether step away is both of these guys, and in the end it is SpinmyDingle who comes out with the frag. Currently 3 rounds away from victory, not too bad at all.
I was expecting this to be way closer, because we're right near the end of the tournament here. Another person going through to the semis. And he seems to just be taking it away.
So slowly but surely, Newty just starts to creep out his lead, gets that scoreboard ticking over. Godshrek now goes down. Dingle has to shoot. Well, exactly that. Downwards. Oh, well, answered back now from Godshrek. Now the comeback king. We saw what he did earlier on here, Hades. Can he do it again?
I'm not feeling it. He just doesn't have... He seems to be getting outplayed, and the kills he does get seem to be those ones that are just really tight and came down to that lucky headshot. I mean, the headshots really make a difference in this. They both went with head to roll, the bonus headshot damage.
Oh, great reversal there from Godshrek. Finds it, plants it onto Newty. Now reversal of his own misses, and that's another one back for Godshrek now.
Proving me wrong. He might do it here. He's making that comeback.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet, Hades. I mean, it is 4-7. It's only 2 on the trot. That's nothing in the grand scheme of things. Newty will be looking to answer that one back, and lands 2 good ones. Forces out the accursed arm from Godshrek, all baiting out the reversal too.
He pressed it too early and only barely got away.
Yeah, well now the regen is just going to do its thing and pump back up Newty back to, reasonable HP, but Godshrek, here we go. This is the comeback train,
connecting in a row with a headshot. That's what you want to be doing to finish them off. 3 shots with 1 being a headshot is the guaranteed kill.
On the 3 streak now, Godshrek trying to continue this train powering on here. Newty just starting to look a little bit shaky in terms of the aim here. Godshrek playing a little bit more composed, a lot more calmer in terms of his execution here. Now panic starts to set in for SpinmyDingle, who just can't get out of spawn here at the moment, and Godshrek is doing the right thing, letting him come back in, not giving him as much room as he was before, but hey, he's still letting him come back. But now, here's where Newty can't afford to lose one more. What if they lets Godshrek back into this from being 4 rounds up? I mean, that'll be just disastrous for him, Hades.
Yeah, he must be feeling it now as well, being on a 4 streak. He must... he's going for it. They're both playing a bit more careful. No, Godshrek's going for it. He's going in with a triple dash. Reversal first up, though. Didn't work out for him. He's going to chase him down to get the kill, and he finishes it, ending that streak. He made 2 mistakes there. Missing the dashes, not getting connecting flick shots after each dash, and also pressing his reversal first, and letting him get the punch through it. You just can't be doing that, especially going into the semis here.
Here we go, Dingle answers one back. Godshrek, suddenly when Godshrek doesn't have that map control, he just struggles a little bit. Now Newty, he's allowing Godshrek a little bit more room than Godshrek was allowing him in terms of coming back from spawn, but Godshrek's just running it down at the moment, into the reversal, 1 shot away from it. Can he connect it? Oh, he clips him in the foot. Dingle just needs to melee, but Godshrek gets him back. 6-9. This is where Godshrek will look to put his head in a vice here and just slowly lower Newty down to the ground, saying, "Go to sleep, go to sleep, slowly but surely. I'm coming to get you."
This could be the finishing blow here. I think he's going to go for a rush. If they play it safe, it's just too much small poke from that long distance. It really does no damage. On Andrew versus Andrew.
The cursed arm out to the skies from Godshrek. Will there be an answer from Newty? The melee misses, the reversal into play. Oh, there it is! Dingle comes out with the clutch headshot in the end there, and wow, Newty coming out with a victory there over Godshrek. So that is going to be your semi-final, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be SpinmyDingle, sir, aka Newty, going up against DaddyDLS in a best-of-3 series. So the first champion we're going to have is, of course, going to be Androxus. Then we're going to go over to Maeve, the slippery cat-like lady, and then after that it's going to be Cassie. But Hades, I'm excited for that one because Godshrek almost did the unthinkable again and almost completely reverse-swept Newty there.
Yeah, and this now he's up against DaddyDLS, so we've watched both of these guys now. Now we're going to probably watch them go against each other. I really don't know who will win. They both performed pretty well. I know DLS performed better against his opponent, but his opponent might have had an easier run through the bracket. We really don't know here.
Just having a look. I mean, Daddy went up against Oz Rhino, so that's nothing to throw shade at all. I mean, SpinmyDingle, he had 2 Messence, he had, Marcus M, so Newty's done alright. He's definitely held his own against some massive names, but so's DaddyDLS. We saw him, Jacko Nevnev was in that bracket as well, so definitely nothing to turn your nose up at. But we're going to wait for these results to come flowing in, ladies and gents. And Hades, have you got anything else left in that bag of goodies?
Yep, I'm going to drop some more codes in the chat, so make sure to boot up your games, get to that code section, get ready to type, because Paladins does not support copy-paster, so unlucky all of you without a good keyboard. You should pick up a Cougar one so you can type faster, am I right?
Well, lucky for the winner of this tournament, they can do that, because Cougar, being the generous lads that they are, they're just saying, you know what, you need a new headset, we'll give you a new headset. You need a new keyboard, we're going to give you a new keyboard. Any peripheral at all, there it is. The chat Get your eyes on that one. Get
That
your
is
fingers going.
The Pip Boo Blaster. The new rare skin, the one everyone wants. Make sure to pop it in quick.
Can I get one of them hands? Just slip me one. Slip me one under the table. There, a bit of code there. Yeah, beautiful. But chat, make sure you get that one and let us know if you get it as well, because there's a few people just might be getting their hopes up a little bit and they might be arriving late to the party. There it is. Purple Sherbet says that he's picked it up. So there we go. So BS
There's
is
a
being
Bewitching
called.
Eevee kit coming out as well.
There it is, another one in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Get on it. It's like watching seagulls at the beach, Hades. You know, you throw a couple chips out, and all of a sudden they just I don't know the word for it. They go ballistic. Get on it, Twitch chat. We love to watch it grovel.
Yep. So we're up again. We've got DaddyDLS versus SpinmyDingle. I wonder who'll win this one.
Best of 3. So, let's say the Androxus game is null and void here. We go over to Maeve. Who do you think's got the better Maeve out of these guys?
That's another hard one, because they both don't play Maeve for their team. So it might be just one of those wildcard ones that neither of them are that experienced on.
Well, only time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for being here. Once again, my name is Kit Fox, joined by Hades. Crisis is pushing the buttons behind the curtain. It is the Kanga 1v1 Cup, and we are cruising through the games. We are currently into the best of 3 stage. We've had all the 1v1s, the best of ones, Androxus versus Androxus. Now we're going to have the other 3 champions that we were talking about earlier on, but it's going to be DaddyDLS versus New T, aka SpinmyDingle, and I'll tell you what, I cannot wait for this one. Because Daddy, he's played very, very well. I mean, no one's even come close to him in terms of the scoreboards here at the moment. His last opponent, James, 10-2 on the scoreboard. Before that, Oz Rhino, they didn't enter the score, but he came out on top there as well. And then, I mean, coming out comfortably against Patanda, who was featured on stream against Lizlak. So this is where the boys are separated from the men, hey?
Yeah, this is some of the best players in the whole of the Oceanic Paladins region. Tons of people signed up to this one. It's pretty much a majority of the teams, to be honest. I can see nearly every competitive name in here, at least a couple people from each team. You can tell there is absolutely no scrims going on right now. Everyone's here playing this 1v1 tournament and watching the stream, which is great to see.
Community as a whole getting behind it, so let's get it on, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be Daddy versus Dingle, and saying that just rolls off the tongue. I'll leave that one up to your imagination. Let's have a look at the cards. It's going to be Elusive, Buying Time, Equivalent Exchange, Abyss Walker, and Power of the Abyss for DaddyDLS, and over on Dingle it's going to be Abyss Walker. We're going to go over and get Buying Time through the warp as well, so distance on the nether step, Sleight of Hand, and Elusive as well.
Yeah, it looks like these guys have actually customized their Android decks for the 1v1. Some of those cards I don't think are used in team environments, but in these 1v1 situations, I think they are. So that shows that they've been preparing for this. People have been training for this 1v1 tournament. That's how serious it is.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
It is the free swag. There it is. I mean, free stuff from Cougar. Who doesn't like free stuff? And from Cougar, come on. Come on. DaddyDLS and Newty are vying for exactly that. Here we go again on the Magistrate's Archives. It's a best of 3, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, we've got Maeve coming up after this one, and then straight over to Cassie. These 2 professionals, I'm going to go as far as to call them that because they feature in the PGS, the premier competition here for the ANZ region, and it's going to be SpinmyDingle, aka Newty, getting first blood.
It's always good to get the first kill in the map. It makes you feel good, it gives you that little bit of a competitive advantage, and it gives you the better positioning because you get to choose where you're standing and where the fight's going to happen.
Again, the high ground is going to be the battlefield of choices. Dingle, oh, that was a good headshot there onto Daddy. One more shot will turn it. Yes, securing the kill, but it wasn't as clean cut as he would have liked. DaddyDLS landing 2 quick ones. Unfortunately, they were not headshots. And now Newty takes a comfortable 2-0 round advantage.
Going for the same positioning again. Oh, he gets they both get headshotted though. Chance of that happening is pretty low, so they both decide to stay back and heal up.
Or they're trying to go for the old rough and tumble. They kiss each other in midair, basically. Dingle goes for the retreat, puts the Nikes on, runs into the wall! Oh, and allows DaddyDLS to pick up the kill there. You cannot nether step through a wall. Basic. I was going to say basic physics, but here we've got a man flying through the air.
Everything applies in Paladins. You can do whatever you want. Who knows? He could have made it through that wall if he tried harder. Try again next time.
So now, close quarters again, answered back. We've got a level playing field. DaddyDLS 2 on the trot now. New team just starts to look a little bit shaky coming into these engages. We've had 4 rounds, just under 2 minutes of play. So far, a lot more coming your way, as again, it's going to be the top of the observatory where they do the dance. Dingle takes a fair bit of damage, but so does Daddy. They're just going... It's very much tit for tat here. Dingle now needs to run away as Daddy is closing in to... Oh, wow, he does. Stay on the trot now. Closing that kill out with perfection, with style, rather. Now taking the lead.
I'm really liking how these ones are turning out to be close. This looks like 2 people who have practiced, built up their decks. They're both buying items. There's no mistakes being made so far. They're both right on the edge of their seats, really wanting to win this one. He's going for a flank. I don't think it'll work though. He gets caught out and headshot. DLS is going to close this out. He's looking for it.
Just got nothing left. Got nothing left in the nether step charges. He had the reversal, but like you said, Dingle blew his as well. Now finally it comes back and start linking around. There it is. Oh, utilizes it to perfection. 4-2 on the scoreboard. And Daddy starting off shaky there, but for now, on the trot, unstoppable it would seem so far at this point, Haynes. Still engaging on the top here now. Dingle needs to be careful. Nucci just finds himself on the back foot now a little bit in unfamiliar territory, kind of like Kanga on the defensive. It's like you were at HRX, normally used to being so far in front that you might be unfamiliar with the defensive situation, kind of like New T at the moment. As Daddy gets himself another kill, 5-2 on the scoreboard, Hades.
Yeah, he's starting to come out ahead. He got off to a rough start, but he's pulling it back. He's closing out these kills. He's saving all the cooldowns for exactly when he needs to. Now, they both actually have ultimate here, but I don't think they're going to pull it out. From what we've seen, the person who uses ult usually dies. Besides one exception, I think we've seen so far.
Now the counterplays come out from DaddyDLS. There it is. Dingle answers one back, so the scoreboard moves to 5-3. And in this best-of-3 series, we could be... I don't want to say we're going to set for a long night, but maybe an extended night. As Daddy is forced to come back from spawn now. That win just taken out of his sails. Good headshot there coming out from Dingle. He gets shot in retaliation, but now Daddy looking to close this one out. Ooh, chasing. Now the step charges have been used from both of these guys now, and that will be down. They'll just walk it out. The reversal still in play here. SpinmyDingle can't land one. Oh, the reversal counter is going to be enough. No, Daddy with the backhand. Sends Dingle back to the bench, 6-3 on the board. Well played.
And he's resetting correctly as well, going back to his side of the map to make sure his opponent has a chance to get out of spawn and choose where they want to come from. That's what I like to see, good sportsmanship. It's hard to enforce these rules in 1v1 tournaments like this, but everyone's been going really well so far.
So, shots exchanged, hit again. 6-3 on the scoreboard, Daddy with the advantage. A cursed arm available for both of these guys. Full nether step charges. Now Daddy with none. 3 up on the side of Dingle, who blows his own reversal and puts the Nikes on, runs away. Unfortunately, Daddy unable to get a bink on, and that would just allow the regeneration. We're back to the drawing board now. Both of these players at full HP. Daddy gets the first hit, the second hit. Can he find the third one? No, 2 seconds away from the nether step. It's not there. And finally... That's, well, didn't want to say with the nick of time, but it was in the end. Gets them up, but it was just too late there. And once again, the regeneration is going to come into play. Reversals now in on the action too. Daddy takes a fair bit of damage here. This is where Dingle turns the tide. The accursed arm. Oh, misses the third shot, but oh, there it is. Just finds the kill onto Dingle. 7-3, and Daddy just extends his lead now.
That was a risky play. You need to know that their cooldowns are down before you press stuff like that, but he managed to pull it off. That's one of the first easy successful ults we've seen.
Dingle taking a fair bit of damage again,
Enemy
goes straight
killing
up
spree.
into the air, but Daddy is just hovering like a buzzard, just waiting for New T to hit the deck, and if he's not hitting it, Daddy's sending him there. It's 8-3 now on the scoreboard, 2 rounds away from going through to the final is DaddyDLS. Will New T be his opponent again? He'll have to claw his way through the losers bracket should he fall here, but we know something about New T, that he's a damn good fragger, and that is impressing even the likes of you, Hades. Is this secretly a trial? Maybe he's going all try hard because you're watching him.
I honestly think everyone is. There's a good opportunity right now with Kanga looking for a replacement player. So everyone's trying hard. That's what it looks like to me.
Got all that sweet cougar gear on offer, mate. You got to try hard for something. And DaddyDLS now 1 frag away from victory. Needs to be careful. Needs to allow New T to come back into the field of play here. Not to get his spawn camp game on. Dingle now. Oh, so close. Gets the chase on Daddy. He's in hot pursuit. Oh, Dingle with the backhand. And Daddy just has the wind taken out of his sails. He's been sucker punched to the kidneys. And Nuti will just allow himself to regenerate that HP. He's still only 1 round away from victory, though, as DaddyDLS. Now he's got all of that high ground. It's all his own again. Dingle didn't actually take advantage of the frag he got there, so it looks like he's going to play the low game now and let Daddy come to him, but all DaddyDLS has to do is just wait out, and there it is. That's going to be game.
And that puts him on with a massive advantage here going into the next character, which is going to be Maeve. Because we haven't seen either of them play Maeve. They both might not even play the character. And so this will really show who's been practicing the most. Seeing as I know they don't play it in a professional team environment, this will really show who read the rules and is like, what if I make it to semis? What if Maeve's up next? I need to learn that character.
Killing spree. Enemy killing spree.
So, ladies and gentlemen, you might have noticed that we've had the scoreboard above and the scoreboard on the left-hand side. The above one being the in-game scoreboard. So what we're going to do now is the in-game scoreboard, that's the one at the top of your screen, is going to be counting the in-game rounds. And our scoreboard on the left, as you're going to see now, is going to be counting the overall rounds in the best of 3 series. So currently, as you just saw, DaddyDLS gets the win on Androxus here over Nuti, aka SpinmyDingle. We're going to go over to Maeve now, so just so you're not being confused, the top is the round scores, the left is the overall game scores. So Hades, man, do you play any Maeve yourself? She's probably one of my less played champions, and I'm going to admit it's because I'm not good enough.
Yeah, her and Andrew are kind of my favourites for playing casual when nothing's on the line. They're just really fun to play. They got lots of cooldowns, dashing around, getting kills. Really, if you're the better player, you can outplay anyone on those 2 champions. That's why I really like them and why a lot of the pros pick them to carry casual. So that's also why I picked them for the 1v1, because I wanted to pick some really high skill champions that would work well in a 1v1 situation, and Andrew and Maeve came to mind.
So what's the procedure from here, Hades? Are we going to remake that lobby? Are we going to let the timer run down, do its thing, and then we're just going to pick Maeve? I think that's what...
Yep, we just need to back out of this one now and spectate the next one. They should be setting up the lobby now, I believe.
Mm-hmm. Go, so... I don't know, let's just say hypothetically, Hades, you weren't sponsored by Cougar. What would you go for if you were to win this tournament? Would you go for the keyboard? Would you go for... Is a monitor on offer? Would you go for a headset? What would you...
Well, my favourite thing by far is actually the mouse bungee, because there's no doubt in my mind it's the best on the market. But it's also one of the cheaper things there. So it depends. If you just want the best thing, go for the mouse bungee. But if you want to get some value for your money, I'd pick up one of their keyboards, because their keyboards are also... top of the range, and we've been using them to bring to LANs and stuff. There's actually the Puri keyboard, which has a carry case, perfect for taking to LANs.
Not bad. Carry case is not bad at all. I know that when I take my actual PC to LANs, I have the actual box still, so carry case definitely comes in handy no matter what you're transporting. Well done, Cougar. Very well done. But DaddyDLS got himself the round advantage here, coming out as with the victory on Androxus. I mean, Maeve is one of those ones where it's hard to play her. I mean, you got to reset that ability. That pounce comes in as well, and Midnight is going to be huge to see. I mean, Accursed Arm was one where you'd sort of want your opponent to use that first because you're able to read it, avoid it, reverse it, and bait it out. Midnight, you're going to be wanting to build that one up because if you're the first player to have Midnight up on Maeve, you've got the advantage there. You take away all your opponent's vision, and it's sort of like a bad nightmare, isn't it? Just seeing this scary knife-wielding chick coming out of the dark and just ending your time on the field.
Yeah, that's the difference here is Andro's ult was questionable, like where you can use it. It was very particular. Maeve's, if you get it first, I suggest popping that instantly before your opponent gets it. Because as soon as they get it and you pop your ultimate, they're going to pop yours and kind of counteract it. Well, that's what I would do anyway. So we'll see how it turns out. But if you get it first, definitely pop it.
Both running around with the lights off. So here we go. You've got DaddyDLS on blue. SpinmyDingle is on the red-hand side. So once again, the colours have not changed. So should Daddy pick this round up, that'll be it. But if Dingle wins it, aka Newty, we will be going over to Cassie as well. So similar to Androxus Hades in terms of the hit scan, almost instantaneous DPS. Maeve, a little bit different. You got to allow a little bit of travel time for those daggers to fly. Granted, it's not a huge amount, but it does play on your mind a little bit.
And there is those two daggers which come out in slightly different angles as well. So we might see a bit of shoulder peeking corners here, kind of just shooting those daggers around, dashing back and forth. And it's also interesting to see whether people will use their dashes offensively or to reposition. Because in competitive matches, it's never used offensively because you always get shut down. But in a 1v1 situation, maybe you want to hit him with that dash and get that extra damage in.
Yeah, I reckon you do. I mean, it might be, like you said, that finishing move. It might be what you need to secure that kill, and I have no doubt that, Daddy will know that. He knows exactly what he's doing. A pro player in the scene. Let's have a quick look at the cards. Walk it off. 80 health every second during Prowse. That's not bad at all. You're invisible. Street cred and patch up. So Maeve going for a bit of speed there on the side of DaddyDLS. So maneuverability above all else. HP though, this is going to be the first one on the side of his opponent, which is just Newty at the moment. It's there on the screen. It's there on the screen. Savagery though. So there you go. Should the pounce connect? That's an instantaneous heal, and it looks like Daddy's done that as well. So very similar cards here, Hades.
2, 1.
Yeah, and it looks like they did both set up decks specifically for the 1v1. There's a lot of heals in there, which is what I'd recommend for this type of thing.
Chat just saying 1v1 me Terminus right click only. That'd be funny. DaddyDLS now going up against Newty. Daddy with the one overall round advantage. Let's see if he can close it out and earn himself that final spot. There it is, straight over the top. The pounce connects, and the first frag goes to Daddy, and Newty now just needs to just stay composed here, because once that momentum sort of shifts, that's where Daddy can really start to ride that wave. We know once he's behind, he's a master of doing that.
This Maeve, they're playing it similar to the Andro, but there's a lot of tricks to Maeve, which you might see them picking up as it goes along. A double connection there, that'll set the fight in his favour. But Maeve just has so many heals. There's so many ways to heal up, especially with those cards.
Oh, Daddy now one dagger away from sweet death, but so is his opponent, and Dingle is the one to face the wrath. It is a 2-round advantage now to Daddy, and it looks as though Maeve is sort of out-maneuvering our players' minds here, because we saw Androxus, they know what they're doing. Maeve needs a little bit more skill. There it is. Finally, Dingle answers one back, but like I was saying before, Dingle just doesn't really have a grasp on the champion as much as DaddyDLS has at the moment.
Yeah, it's still early days, anything could happen. 2-1. And they seem to be playing it a bit safe, but Maeve really isn't about that. Although Maeve can be long range. Compared to Andro, those daggers do the massive damage long range.
Oh, Daddy gets taken down as well, so here comes Newty. 2-2 now on the scoreboard. It's a level playing field again. And hey, this is a little bit of deja vu here. This is exactly what happened on the Androxus round. There was two quick round victories, and then they were answered back. This time the tables have turned a little bit. Now Dingle just gets the maneuverability going here for Maeve. And DaddyDLS on the back foot. Dingle needs one more dagger, but Daddy, oh, great connection there. And just melts poor old Newty with, with less than 100 HP.
Yeah, there's just so much burst potential with Maeve here. I believe they picked the legendary after they dash, they can do extra damage as well. And one of them's got after they use Prow, they get extra damage. It's just bonus damage galore here. You just don't know where that burst is coming from. Daddy
on the low ground. Dingle on the high ground. Daddy trying to trying to thread a needle here with these daggers. Needs to go into the open, does so now, but look out, here comes Newty. The pounce connects in the midair. Above the telescope, DaddyDLS takes a fair bit of damage, but dishes it out as well. And Newty just caught on the defensive here at the moment. The dagger's just flying, whooping. The pounce did actually connect though, but Midnight, that's what we were talking about. Both of these guys investing it, so cancelled out completely, hey.
Yeah, that's basically what I thought would happen there. That's why you had to press it early. If you got yours first with those first couple kills, you needed to take advantage of that, because now I think they're on sync here, and they're just going to keep pressing it to counter each other out.
So the aerial route now. It's Dingle though on the ground. It's 3v3. This is very, very close here, Hades. I mean, we saw what the Midnight was able to do once both of the players have it, and that was absolutely nothing. You want to get that race going on here. It's what these guys need to realize when playing Maeve. Or Dingle on the retreat now. Buys himself some time, gets some HP now. Prowl has been used. DaddyDLS goes all for the flanking style players now underneath. Needs to be careful not to choke himself in, because Dingle is hunting, waiting in the winds. It's going to be through the chapel. One dagger connects. Daddy on the back foot answers one with one of his own. Oof. Both of these guys, they're just singeing, giving themselves haircuts. That's how close these daggers are cutting. Oh, it's Dingle that answers back, and he's now on a 2-kill streak. And this one's going right down to the wire again, Hades.
Yeah, I'd like to see him use the dashes a bit to reposition and get that extra shot off. If you can get that first bonus damage shot to connect, it's basically a win there. But a lot of them are wasting their bonus damage shot. And if you don't hit that one, and your enemy does, it's like an instant loss of what it looks like so far.
Yeah, we saw that happen once this game so far. We saw get absolutely melted. I believe it was DaddyDLS, the unfortunate recipient of that one. But he's trying to dish out the damage now. He's on the hunt. As I was going to say, the pedal has been pushed there by Newty, just trying to play the evasive game. Daddy just unable to find the connection that he requires here. Newty now's the one giving chase, trying the backhand daggers, but Newty holds firm, 3-5.
This looks like it might go all the way. If he can pull off the win here, they'll be going to Cassie. And Cassie's an extremely different high skill champion. That's what I like about these three champions we decided to pick here. Just anything could happen. You could be good at one and terrible at the others.
Oh, Dingle now taking a fair bit of damage, but at close range, Daddy. Oh, the pounce comes in with the clutch. And I was going to say, Daddy just, I thought he choked there. I didn't want to say it, but I thought he did. But holds firm, 4-5. It's the comeback train.
Yeah, the correct use of his reset cooldown button there. If you press that at the correct time, it gives him the little heal from his cards, as well as letting him get that second dash off, which I think was the game changer there.
So the high ground now controlled by DaddyDLS. Into the Prowl, lots of damage. All the pounces connect from both these guys. One more dagger will secure it here. Daddy, holding firm, 250 HP. It's 5-5 now. And I thought we might have been going to Cassie there for a second, but here comes the Daddy train. He's leveled it up yet again. 2 on the trot. Newty trying to take the wind out of his sails here. Put the brakes on this train. But Daddy will have something to say about that one. But the daggers are flying. Nobody's been hit yet. As the high ground, they're just throwing across the balconies here now into the Prowl. Daddy not giving much away. Baits it out there from Newty, and lots of damage. The pounds misses. But now, the pedal has been pushed because Midnight, here it goes, has been in from both of these guys yet again, Hades. So the ults just cancelling each other out. Anticlimactic in a sense.
There should be a special 1v1 ult for Maeve where it just does something totally different. the time is actually going down fairly quick as well. They might not even get to 10 kills.
Well, at the current rate, it's looking like Dingle is going to get the kill he does, and now just eking so far ahead. And yeah, Hayes, I'm going to have to agree with you here. It looks as though time is the #1 enemy for both of these players. 5 to 6 now on the scoreboard. Daddy at a disadvantage in terms of rounds on Maeve, but does have that one round in the back pocket to play with. So should he lose this one, he will not be down and out. We'll be going over to Cassie, but a victory is a victory. That don't mean he'll be going through to the grand final, but Nucci has something to say about that one. Lands a dagger now into the Proud, tries to close the distance, lands a couple, but Daddy answers back very, very well. The aerial plays now coming in, Pouts misses, and Daddy answers very, very strongly. 6-6 on the scoreboard.
If someone pulls ahead here, Maeve is actually extremely good at running away. I would not be surprised if they're a kill or two ahead and the time is going down. There's no way that you can just catch each other there. I think it'll be a game of cat and mouse.
So Daddy's got the choke point game firmly in his control here at the moment. Now Prowl will be enough. Yeah.
Always able to connect those shots.
Yeah, Oh, there's a lot of Daddy left to take this one, Hayes, man.
Right, he's on the chase now. Daddy's definitely on the back foot. He seems to be the one running away here, but he really needs to be. He's making a play, he's going for it, he gets the first shot. Newtie's running away, both regenerating their health. They're both full health now, going to reset again. He just doesn't have the time to do this though, with only 50 seconds on the clock. He needs to not only get this kill, but get another one.
So Dingle now is sitting pretty well here in terms of HP, but oh yes, gets the clinch kill there. And now takes a score to 6-8. DaddyDLS needs to get a wriggle on. He needs to move now. 30 seconds left on the clock. Not a lot of time to play with. And I think Dingle is just going to sit back here and just wait. That's all he needs to do. Daddy needs to come to him, and he needs to do it pretty soon.
I don't think he realises the time. He doesn't see it counting down. He needs to be making this move way quicker than that. I don't think he has enough time to pull it out now.
Dingle's just running. That's all he needs to do. He's just going to play the safe game here, and I think we're going to be going over to Cassie Hayes. Yeah, we will be 6-8 on the scoreboard. Even if Daddy gets the kill here, he's not going to have enough time. And it's now answered back. Newty with the victory. Not bad at all.
We are going to see the Cassie game. I was not expecting it, but now we got something totally different thrown in the mix. And once again, no idea who'll pull this one out. It's just been going back and forth so far.
Well, I mean, there's not really much for us to go on here, is there, Hades? And I mean, the only thing I can think of is there's 2 hit scan heroes. You got Cassie and Androxus, and Androxus was picked up by DaddyDLS, so maybe Maeve with that slight travel time on the daggers just might not have been for him. Maybe, just maybe, Cassie is where it's at. Maybe that's the bread and butter for him. I mean, who knows? But the winner of this one is going to go through to the grand final. Who will it be, ladies and gents? We're about to find out. So while we get this lobby underway, we're going to have a quick 2-minute break and get refreshed and get reinvigorated. So don't go anywhere. We've got round 3. It's Cassie time of this semi-final between Newty and DaddyDLS. See you then.